What's going on, everybody? This is Captain Obvious. You guys are the 11 crew, and welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. Alright guys, what I have for you today is my color array sheep farm. I actually had this in an older Let's Play on another channel. Okay, basically what you do is you come here, you press it, you get some wool. Okay, the water comes out. You would just shear the sheep. You might actually get some along the way, and that's fine. Might pop out. But as you're shearing the sheep, you will pick it up. Okay, just go like that. And just go like that. Okay, you just come in here. Bing, bing, bing. And you don't even need the water. The water is just an extra. You don't actually have to add it. I'm going to show you how to do it with all the redstone, of course, but you don't need it. You can literally just come in there, shear them, and then press the button. I mean, I'm sorry, you need it, but what I mean is you don't need to do it first. Sorry. Okay, then you press it again. Yeah, I keep a lot of them in there. That's the only problem about pressing that every time. You don't have to add that. I just like that little touch. Okay, you put those back, just so they're always handy. You come over here, and boom, you get all your colors. Okay, along with that as well. So it's pretty cool. If the stuff popping out bothers you, you can actually dig it another extra level down from where we're going to dig it. So if you saw the color that was popping out and you're like, oh, I don't want that, you can just, wherever this is, you can just dig it 2 down. Okay, same thing with what we're going to dig under here. And then the only problem is this chest would be too deep as well. Okay, so let's get into what you need and how to build it. Now, I don't have all of the colors in my inventory. I just have glass. So where you see glass here, you would just, if you wanted to do it, you could just replace it with the color. And obviously you would have to dye the sheep whatever color you want as well, or you could just keep them all white, or whatever the case may be. You don't actually need the glass. They will stay in there. That's more to prevent anything else from popping, from getting in there. Okay, so here's what you're going to need. You're going to want to make sure you have grass blocks, just in case you're not building this outside, in case you're building this inside somewhere where you've already built and put other blocks. You want to make sure you have grass blocks. You want to make sure you have a couple kinds of slabs just for decoration. I'm going to be using dark oak and stone. You're going to need hoppers. You're going to need 16 hoppers to be exact. You're going to need 1 chest. Okay, so 16 hoppers, 1 chest. For each of these, I'd say 3 stacks of each of the slabs should be efficient. Or should be sufficient, I should say. For the dispensers, you're going to need 16 for the little areas themselves, and 1 if you want to do the shears. That's up to you. So 17 total. For redstone, you're going to need, let me see, I forgot to add that up. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18. 18 pieces of redstone. That is all. For the repeaters, I believe it is 22 that you need. Do not quote me on that. Glowstone you don't need. I just like the way it looks at night over here. If you're building this outside, I should say you don't need it. If you're building it inside, you may want to keep it just to make sure that grass grows on the bottom, because that's the most important thing. But if you are gonna use those, I think you need about a half a stack to 3/4 of a stack. I'm going to be using 1 trapdoor, and like I said, glass for each one. I think it's 7, 1, 2, I'm sorry, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 8 of each color. So there's that. Okay, and then obviously you would need sheep and 1 button as well. Okay, so let's start out where you want your center to be. So let's say you want this to be your center. You dig it 2 down. Okay. You're going to dig it 2 down. You're going to put down a chest. Is it 2 down or 3 down? Let's see. 1, 2. I think it's 3. Yeah, you're going to dig it 3 down. Sorry. Okay, so that would be where your chest is. No, it's 2 down. It's 2 down. It's 2 down. Trust me. There you go. Now it's going to be 8 on either direction. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make sure you dig that 2. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And make sure you dig that 2 down as well. Okay, then you're going to come in here and you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make sure all of the hoppers are facing into the hopper that's in front of it, and make sure that front one is facing into the chest. Okay, just like that. Perfect. Okay, now for this back over here, I'm just going to break that and put that too high. Same thing, too high. Not necessary, it's just something I want to do. Now you're going to make your lanes. Okay, now what you're going to do is you want to make sure you make your lanes. So how do I do this one right here? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so this is going to be one lane. So what we're going to do is we're going to put 2 of these there. So it's 1 lane, 2 lanes. See, these are ones that are open, those are the lanes. 3 lanes and 4 lanes. Okay, so we can do the opposite direction here. We can go from this way. So the one right next to where the hopper is, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now these are our lanes where the water is going to go. So you're going to dig that out 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Put a dispenser. Okay, then you're going to do the same thing for each of those. Whoops. Again, if you wanted to, make sure this bottom right here is, you want to make sure this right here is grass and all of these. So these are not grass. You want to make sure they're all grass. Okay, right there. That's very important because you have to make sure, and then you can just skip those and do it like that, because you have to make sure that the grass is able to grow. Okay, and these over here are kind of like the cedar ones. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go around it. Oh, actually, before we do that, so you have to decide which side you want your button on. I'm going to have my button facing this way, right here. Okay, so what we're going to do is, starting from this first one on the left, we're going to break this, put down a repeater, then a repeater there, a repeater there, a repeater there, a repeater there, and then a repeater there. So you're going to skip. Okay. Now this is where our chest is, so what I like to do is just go up like that. Okay. And then you can just go the rest of the way like that. Okay. And for this one, we can cover these up and go just like so. Or if you wanted to, no, just cover them up. There we go. Just cover them up just like that. Okay. So now that these are all here, and now that we have all of our dispensers hooked up, whoops. No, we can keep it like that, right? Yeah. Yeah, we keep it like that. And then we just fill all of these in like so. Okay. And then you just bring this out 1 and extend it back down. Because like I said, we're going to have our button right in the center right here. Okay. Now what you're going to do is you're going to do this on all of the sides. But before we do that, what I like to do is next to the dispenser, put a glowstone. And then next to this right here, put glowstone. So on both of the ends, basically. Just like that. Okay. And then I like to turn it around. Whoops. And go there as well. Cool. One more step. What you want to do is... Actually, yeah, we do have to break these. Sorry. I knew there was something else we had to do. I did this for a reason. So this is the reason I actually kept the half slabs and not regular blocks. See how we have 3 of them? You put 1 on the middle one and the top. Middle, top, middle, top, middle, top. Okay, and then this is, you keep that open. That way no animals can get in there. Just the items themselves. Okay, so like I said, if you didn't like the way the lanes were, you can also drop it 1 more. Okay, and do it from that way as well. So that's entirely up to you. Okay, I don't mind the items popping up, but if you do, just make sure this lane is the next one down, and the hoppers would be the one below it as well, and the chest would be 3 down. Okay, so that's where you would do that. Perfect. Now you're going to do the same thing on this side. So here's our 1 lane, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you notice that's already set up for us. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. 9, and then skip 9, and then just like that. And then this right here, these front ones would be that glowstone, and these right here would be the back glowstone. And then you just want to make sure, you can stop there because that's going to be the last one, that you get all of your repeaters like so. Okay, and then you could bring this over. Whoops, sorry, not that way. You can bring it over here, like so. Okay, and then you can come in here and you can just cover these. All of the lanes themselves get covered. And then again, we want to do the same thing here. Whoops. You want to make those 3 high. And again, we want to go second and the top one, second and top, second and top, second and top. Perfect. Okay, and then, whoops. And then we could just cover these lanes. Cover all of the lanes like so. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to cut ahead because I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. It's going to be the exact same thing now. Duplicate this. The only thing I ask, see how I have this on this side? Don't put the side you want your button on, don't put these yet, because what we're going to be doing, you can actually break them to remind yourself. Oh, look at that. Sheep fell in there. That's funny. Okay, you can actually go ahead and just put that there just to remind yourself not to break it. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I actually think I trapped the chicken too. So now that you have everything on that side as well, make sure, I forgot to show you this, just make sure you build it up so it looks, you know, semi-good. Okay, then you would just come in here, excuse me, you would take your trapdoor, put it down, boom. So that's where all the stuff is going to go. First, we got to hook up the redstone, right? So that's where our 2 repeaters start. So what we're going to do is break these 3 down. So find the middle. Break those 3 down. You're going to put redstone there, repeater this way, repeater this way. Run all your redstone this way. Same thing here. Okay, and then you could put down 2 blocks to make it a solid block. Oh, you know what? I forgot to tell you guys water. I'm sorry. I'll try and remember to add it to the description. But you're going to need some water as well. A bunch of buckets of water. A bucket for every single one of the dispensers. Okay, so then you would just come in here. Before you do anything, just make sure you fill all of those with water. Okay, so you just go through each really quick, just filling them with water. So you need 16 buckets of water. I know, it's quite a bit, but you know, when it's done, it'll look really, really nice. Okay, so I'm not going to bother going through that now. And then the way I suggest you get the sheep in here, if you have space on the outside, I definitely suggest you do it this way. So you put down a temporary block, right? And then you would just fill this in except for the 1. Same thing over here. You fill that in except for the 1. And then you would just come by here with the sheep, you know, either with the lead or with the food. Just walk around them and push them in. That's basically how I used to do it. And then you would just cover it up. Okay, same thing. You just cover it up. And you do that for all of them. Okay, and like I said, you would just come in here, you shear. Oh, that's right. This is not a button. If you wanted this, I mean, this is not that. If you wanted the shears, you would, instead of putting this that one down, you would just put a dispenser or a dropper facing up. Dropper might be nice to save yourself the dispenser. You put a button on it. Fill that with shears, and boom, you're good to go. So shear them first. Okay, I did it opposite there, but you want to shear them first. Then you press the button, and it'll drain it. And it'll drain all of this stuff to the middle. So let's do that again really quick over here. Right, so you'd come here, take a shear, and you would just do that. See, it doesn't really pop out if you do it this way. There's still some, but it's not like, it's not as bad as the other one, right? You just do that. Boom. It's just keeping everything in one spot. I like it. It's nice, right? And then you would, I'm only going to do those 4. Then you press the button. And put your shears back. And then you come over to the center. And boom, as you can see, it's filling up. and you got all your stuff. Good to go. And it should not leave anything behind. I never really had an issue in my world where things would get left behind. Like I said, they would pop out, which is fine. They would totally pop out, but they wouldn't ever get stuck. Yeah, no, you're good. Okay, so that's that. Just wanted to give you another take on a sheep farm. All right, guys, that is going to do it for me. I hope you guys liked it. Until next time, Captain Obvious out. Peace.